Imagine this. Someone triggers you in a conversation and attacks you. Your heart starts to race, your hands shake, and every instinct in your body says to fight back, defend yourself, fight to be right, and prove them wrong. But there's a person who's standing right next to you and got hit with exactly the same attack, and they didn't get the same instinct to fight back. Same words, same intensity, two completely different reactions. What do they know that you don't? Turns out there's a technique I discovered over 2 decades ago, and most people will never hear about it. It's about understanding something most people never get right about how emotions actually work. In this video, I'm going to show you why toxic people attack you in the first place, why defending yourself is the worst thing you can do, and how to stay calm no matter how intense the situation. But first, you have to understand what's happening when somebody is attacking you. So let's get started. And if you have any topics or suggestions you want me to talk about, drop them in the comments. Okay, here we go. So here's the truth about personal verbal attacks. First thing, they aren't about winning, they're about feeding. Toxic people don't attack you because they hate you. They attack you because they're starving for something they can't generate themselves. It's emotional validation, a sense of power, confirmation that they matter. When you react, you're not standing up for yourself, you're feeding them. Every sharp reply, every frustrated explanation, every moment spent justifying yourself, it's all fuel. So, that colleague who baits you in front of everyone, raises their voice knowing you'll defend yourself, but one day, you do something different. You remain silent. That colleague freezes mid-sentence. The game ends, not because you beat them, but because there was nothing else left to play. They don't want answers, they want sparks, a provocative text, a subtle insult wrapped in a joke, a question designed to make you explain yourself. But without your reaction, the whole mechanism stops. So why is it that people go into defense mode when they're attacked or when somebody makes a caustic, toxic comment? Part of it's our cultural programming. We've been taught that silence equals weakness. If we don't defend ourselves, people will walk all over us. That letting an insult slide means that we agree with it. So we engage, we explain, we argue, we justify, we rationalize, we try to make them understand. Doesn't work. You cannot reason with someone who is emotionally invested in misunderstanding you. In the heated moment, they're not listening to your words. They're feeding off your emotional energy. Every justification is another string they can pull. Every defense is another opening or attack. You think you're standing your ground, but you're handing them a map to every weakness that you have. They know which buttons to push. An ex who texts knowing you'll analyze it for hours. A family member who brings up your failures wrapped in concern. These people are fishing for emotions, not words. So what's the alternative? How do you protect yourself without becoming cold or disconnected? Before we go further, I've made a guide which talks about what never to say in an argument and what to say instead. It's completely free. Check out the link in the description. So here's what most people get wrong about detachment. They think it means shutting down, building walls, going cold. That's just another form of reaction. True power isn't how loudly you respond or how dramatically you exit. It's in how little somebody else's chaos can move you. Someone throws an attack expecting a reaction. Instead of defending, you respond with something completely neutral. Interesting perspective, or nothing. You remain silent. Not rudeness, not dismissal, just refusal to provide the charge they were chasing. You didn't attack back, so they can't play victim. You didn't defend, so they have nothing to argue against. Without a reaction, the reward disappears. They escalate trying to provoke something bigger. When that doesn't work either, they move on or give up. You've won back an entire day of peace without a single argument. Now, silence is a really good way to respond to these kinds of toxic attacks, but there's something even more powerful that I want to teach you. It's called affect labeling, and this ends the cycle permanently. You reflect their emotions instead of reacting to their attack. So why this is different is because silence alone leaves them frustrated and escalating. When you name emotions, technically called affect labeling, it gives them the one thing they were actually starving for, to be seen and heard. But it gives it to them without any of the emotional charge they were trying to extract. You would say something simple like, "You're really frustrated right now." That's validation, not fuel. Their brain registers, "This person sees me." The attack mechanism loses its purpose because the underlying need is met. So here's how it works in practice. They might say, "Why are you always like this?" You would say, "You're frustrated right now." "Why don't you have anything to say?" You're upset and you want to talk about this. No defensiveness, no escalation, no fuel. And here's the critical piece that most people miss. This is not suppressing your emotions. It's choosing where you invest them. You can feel the anger, the frustration, the hurt. You just don't perform it for someone who will weaponize it. Save your depth for people who have earned it. And by the way, if you want to get better at this, I've formed a community called the De-escalate Academy. This is where people like like you come to learn these exact skills with real scenarios, feedback, Q&As, and classes. It's completely free to join. The link is in the description. So when you master these skills, something changes permanently. People are still talking, they're still trying to provoke, but you don't feel triggered anymore. You don't feel the pull. That colleague who used to ruin your day with one comment, background noise. The family member who always knew which button to push, still pushing, nothing happening. Their opinion of you is not your emergency. Their need for drama is not your responsibility. Their inability to regulate their emotions is not your problem to solve. What does true peace really look like? Not the absence of conflict, but the presence of choice. You choose what affects you. You choose what deserves your energy. That's the actual power move. Not fighting better, but refusing to fight at all. Okay, so here's what just happened. You've learned why people attack you, why your instinct to defend yourself hands them exactly what they want. And you've got the technique that people like me as a professional peacemakers use in the most hostile environments on earth. So now you have a choice. You can keep doing what you've always done, which is defending yourself and losing your peace over and over and over again, or you can decide right now that you're done playing this game. If you're serious about never having another fight or argument again, here's what I've got for you. First, my 4th book, De-escalate, How to Calm an Angry Person in 90 Seconds or Less. It's the full deep dive on everything we just talked about. The link is in the description. Second, if you want to work with me directly, I help people just like you build a personal system so they can handle any confrontation with total calm and confidence. Just book a call. The link is in the description and we'll talk about it. And third, and most important, if this video helped you, share it with someone who needs it, someone who's stuck in this exact cycle and can benefit from it. Okay, that's it for today. We'll see you on the next video.